Hello, welcome back to Heart Treasure, where we're talking about how to build biblical friendships. In our last chapter or episode, we talked about how to deal with conflict in relationships, primarily a situation where there is something in your heart that is bothering you and you need to talk it out with a friend. But today's chapter is to talk about what happens when you are confronted by a friend. Basically, that situation where the friend comes to you and says, we need to talk. Here's the best advice. Breathe and listen. You are going to need to because they're expressing their feelings. So first off, don't jump to defense. Stop with saying, no, and yes, but. Just watch out for those statements. Just stop, breathe, and listen. Try and see their perspective, their point of view, and try to use statements like, I understand that you are trying to tell me this. Play dumb and just listen. Breathe and listen. Also, don't point fingers. Don't try and transfer the blame, even if it feels like you're getting all the fault. But don't try and transfer the blame. Don't say anything that will make them even more angry, because you know what? They are probably hurt and they may also be speaking out of their own emotional space. So just breathe and listen to their point of view. Besides just listening and breathing, I want you to develop a curious mindset. You need to let them explain themselves and actively listen to what they are saying. Active listening means no talking, criticizing, or offering your own opinion, but stopping to listen so that you can hear what they are really feeling rather than just giving your opinion. So sit quietly, listen, and don't interrupt the person. Don't say, yes, but I have something else to point out, or what about that situation? Let them speak frankly and vent their frustration and their emotions. And finally, ask questions to clarify what is going on. You're listening in such a way that you want to get to the root of the problem or the core of the problem, the facts of the situation, behind all the emotions and the feeling and the pent-up feelings. You want to get to the crux of the issue that they are trying to communicate back to you. In this situation, it's not about you, it's all about them. So use I statements, not you statements. Try and really understand what it is that they are feeling and expressing, and put yourself in their shoes. Even if you don't think you're wrong, it is important to understand what their experience is and how they've perceived everything. Consider how you would feel in that situation, and consider if you would be hurt, and clarify exactly what it is that they are feeling, because it's not about how you are feeling right now, but rather how they are feeling. It is very important to control your emotions and to maintain a calm tone. Very often when we're in a conflict situation, our voices will hitch up just a little bit as we try and defend ourselves or push against the blame that's coming in our direction. So it is important to try and use a calm tone at all times, and to use techniques to calm yourself down, which again, breathe. Breathe in for 4 seconds. Hold it for 2. Breathe out. Calm yourself down. It helps you to stabilize your mood and how you're feeling. It's important to keep your face neutral and to maintain eye contact, and all the time to come across as calm, because as soon as you work up, that person will also work up. Next thing, show that you are willing to compromise. In other words, give up some of your stuff so that they can have more of their stuff, or that you're willing to collaborate. Work together to find a solution. It is important that you recognize your role. Even if you're only half responsible for the mistake, it is important that you recognize and own your bit in the whole situation. So let's summarize what we've learned so far about when your friend comes to you and says, we need to talk. Breathe and listen. Try and understand exactly what the root of the problem is. Actively listen and clarify so that you can find out what it is. Use I statements and don't be defensive. And finally, show that you are willing to find a solution while staying calm. But in dealing with this conflict, here are a few tips to make sure that you don't make the situation worse. And these are just for you to consider. Rule number 1, don't take it too personally. Take responsibility for your part in the situation, but don't take on stuff that is not your stuff. First of all, make sure that you address the situation and not the person involved. And don't go talking behind their back. Don't take it personally. Secondly, watch your body language. We never know what are the subconscious cues our body give off. So for example, maintain eye contact with them all the time. And watch for closing your body so that it feels as if you're hiding from them. Open the front of your body and keep your chin up while you're talking to them. Make sure you relax your body and breathe continually, and show that all your maximum intelligence is involved in the conversation with your body language, that you are intent on what they have to say. And then, friend, make sure that you prioritize resolving the conflict over being right. It's not important always to be right. It's more important to protect and nurture the friendship. The relationship is more important than just winning the argument. Make sure that you do whatever you can to resolve the conflict, being respectful and focusing on the person rather than focusing on yourself. Know when you must say sorry and know when you need to forgive. When you're in that conversation, focus with the issue at hand. Be in the here and now. Don't go and bring up stuff from the past. Oh, remember when you did that, or you did that in the past and so on. That stuff is in the past. Deal with what's going on right now and work on resolving the conflict that's in the relationship right now. And finally, a sense of humor can help a lot. And sometimes just reframing the whole thing in a funny way where both of you laugh together puts the whole thing in perspective. Being sure that you're not laughing at the person, but that you're laughing with the person. And when you put humor in it, it might just reduce the tension a little bit and have you reframe the whole problem in terms of working towards a more robust solution for both of you. So when a friend comes to you and says, we need to talk, and they need to address something that's bothering them, make sure that you remember that the friendship is the most important thing. Honor them for wanting to come and deal with the conflict in the relationship. Whatever happens when two people talk honestly about the issues in their relationship, they can end up being closer together than they were before. And then it really is like scripture says, there is a friend that is closer than a brother. I hope today's tips have helped you to deal with conflict when conflict comes to you in a relationship. Please join us again at Heart Treasure. Make sure that you like to let me know that you enjoyed this video and subscribe to not miss out on future episodes. Thank you for joining us. Remember to visit my blog at www.hearttreasure.net, and just remember, I love you.